Welcome, friends. China may not be the most terrifying nation of this time period. However, we're going to show here that China can certainly take out a dreadnought. At least we're going to try. Certainly, our ships in general are just not going to stand up to a dreadnought. Let's get all of those dirty escape ships off. We're not going to need them. Now, the auto build went ahead and gave us a 4-deck torpedo right in the front here. That's beautiful. But of course, we're going to be taking either 4 destroyers, or we can go for the much lighter torpedo boat and essentially have more boats and potentially destroy the enemy with these. I like this 3-deck torpedo on top. Seems pretty nice. Maybe we just go ahead and build the 8 torpedo boats and see who we're facing. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's launch with the 8 Chinese torpedo boats, probably going up against a modern fleet as opposed to our fleet, which is very, very rudimentary. It's actually even amazing we have these boats and the destroyers. Probably the only destroyers we do have. So in this scenario, Spain has come into our territorial waters, and despite being at this point, we're actually the Ming Empire, and them maybe not taking us too seriously, we're going to change that misconception with some well-placed attacks. First thing I'm going to do is separate this group from the other group. We're going to send them on 2 different trajectories. That's number 1. And number 2, we're going to have to work with the speed here. I believe we're going to be faster than the enemy ship. But again, if we don't maneuver properly, he's going to be able to take us out with pretty much single shots. So these guys are going to go this way. Those guys are going to go that way over there. And hopefully we end up coming with these guys on the right side and these guys on the left side. And everything will work out beautifully. Only time will tell, boys. But glory to the Ming Empire. And let's see if we can't go ahead and score some victories. Enemy battleship is in range, my friends. And the hilarious thing here, our men are so brave. They're actually firing these secondary deck guns here. It's not going to do a thing to the enemy. What we really need to do is get into torpedo range. And what I'm going to do is actually turn our fire onto aggressive instead of normal. This is going to mean that these torpedoes will fire pretty much whenever the crew just thinks it's best. They're going to be very, very offensive in their actions, and that's exactly what we need. With these torpedoes on the front, I'm going to be sort of targeting this way, if you can see, kind of trying to go ahead of the enemy ship so that we can get a perfect shot with the torps. I think I might even need to separate certain torpedo boats from just the entire group so that they can move on sort of a completely different trajectory. Now, that didn't work out too well. I guess he is going to keep following, but we'll keep this trajectory for now. There we go. So we're kind of on a slightly different trajectory, or else we're going to end up torpedoing our own ships, and we don't want that. Keep this guy. I think he's already alone since we separated the other fellow there, and sure enough, he is. Beautiful. We've also, over there on the right side, we've got the other torpedo group approaching as well, but I think what I want to do is move them a bit closer. I do want them on this side of the enemy ship. We got to get a lot closer than that, so kind of going to do this. Man, I hope these torps are going to be fired fairly soon. I think we need to get a little bit closer to the enemy and maybe even head out a bit this way so that the torps will reach the target in time. Our ship's going to fire just whenever they think it's appropriate, and certainly distance is a factor here. I think for torps it's got to be like 800 meters. This is 2.8 kilometers. We're still a ways away. It looks a lot closer than it actually is. And if anybody's ever been like on a ship or just looked out on sea, you can see what I'm talking about, where a ship might seem like maybe it's like, 5 miles away. In reality, it's like 25 miles away. That's what's going on here. So I really want to try and get ahead of them here. I'm going to push this way. Not sure this is a good idea, but we got to try everything. This is a pretty desperate situation. The odds are heavily against us. The only way we win is if these torpedoes actually do manage to hit the target and cause some damage, because our secondary guns aren't going to do anything to this ship. With these guys over here on the right, you know what? We're pulling them in completely. Come on, fellas. Speed is pretty nice with our torpedo boats. That's one of the benefits. But of course, the issue is, despite speed being pretty nice, this thing can get destroyed with a single shot easily. Absolutely easily, even potentially with the secondary guns they've got there. Put this one on aggressive as well. So we've got a few of our ships on aggressive, a few remain on normal. Come on, baby. I think he's getting close. Very close. This could almost potentially be a shot right here. And I'm pretty sure the torpedoes fire off the side of the ship, not the front, even though they're placed there on the front. So I think we may actually need to go ahead and turn here a bit. Really turn, actually. Let's try to turn and see what happens. We're sort of learning these torpedo boats together. And this guy, I'm going to do the same thing. Oh boy, that's the devastating. And what did I tell you, boys? A single good shot, and the ship goes down. And sure enough, that torpedo boat is toast. So we are going to go ahead, turn to the right, really try to cut him off. Take these guys and do the same. And these guys are also approaching, but maybe we should try to get behind him. Yeah, I think this might be a better idea. Let's see what happens. I wish he was actually floating this way, but unfortunately he's floating away from you, away from us. The Pelayo. Come on. Come on, man. I want to see those torps in action. Not a single salvo yet. They just don't feel comfortable. You can see the torpedo tubes right there. They are ready to fire. Just need to find the right space, and as you can see, look at that. That's the distance that our torps can fire. Wait a minute, that can't be right. The torp should be this ring, the secondary ring. Getting close is virtually a death sentence. There was some damage there to the barbette. That's a pretty unimportant part of the ship, though. And I almost thought there we just fired some torps. Wait a minute, we did, babies. We did! Look at that, my babies! Those torps are on the way. I don't know how good of a shot it's going to be, but obviously that's what we need to do. So we need to get close and turn to the side to properly deal with the enemy here. In fact, we're going to do a hard left turn. We're going this way now that we know what to do here. Although I also want to do a hard left turn and get closer to the enemy. Some damage there to the funnel, but the torpedoes continue forward. It's going to be a while before we find out whether or not they're going to hit the guy. I don't think so. I think these are going way out this way, and he isn't going fast enough to intercept those. I think he's going to be safe. But let's see how long it takes to actually load the torps. Wow. So we have more torpedoes, although as you can see there, the time it takes to load them is dramatic. We're not even a quarter of the way there. But look at that. We actually got some fires on board the Pelayo. Pretty incredible. I'm definitely happy we went with the torpedo boats instead of the destroyers. Just seems like, you know, one good hit with the torpedoes, maybe we can really damage this thing quite enough. Come on, stick around. The main tower is damaged. That's never good. And those torps are all the way over there. There's no way they're going to hit them. So maybe we should turn off aggressive fire. What do you guys think? Well, this one's on normal, so he was just firing normally. Ooh! Maybe I'm going to try to get ahead of this guy, and as long as we can close in on him, this looks to me like, you know, the analogy I think of is like a bunch of tiny mako sharks going after a huge whale. This thing could kill us with one good slap of its tail, but if we can surround this thing and really just, you know, completely cut it off, we might be able to take it down just by sheer numbers alone. And our secondary is doing, you know, causing some fire damages. Hey, it's a nice little surprise. But as you can see, we only damaged 1% of the ship. Ooh, so close. Okay, see, now he's turning this way. What a sneaky boy. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn as well. But I'm going to try to turn much closer to him. And yes, it is of course it's dangerous to get close to him. He's had some unlucky misses here, and hopefully it's going to work out in our favor. Maneuverability of our ships also is quite good. You can see just like how quickly we can turn. That's all in relation to the actual speed of the ship and the weight of the ship. And these torpedo boats are light as a feather. So, you know, we're really trying our best to use that maneuverability to outdo the enemy battleship here. Let's switch. Is he on aggressive? He is on aggressive. So I'm hoping he's going to be a little more proactive here. Those guns, man. Those guns. Oh, this is such a lucky torpedo boat, TBY-1. We don't even have appropriate names like the battleships. They have these illustrious, beautiful-sounding names, the Pelayo. We get TBY-1, torpedo boat Y1. So here would almost be a decent time to fire the torps. Almost. But we're not loaded yet. Okay, torpedoes out. Beautiful. That looks much more likely to hit the ship. Especially if we could get him to slow down with some fires. That would be beautiful. Let's keep on turning. And we've got more on the way. Don't worry, friends. Also got this torpedo boat that he didn't destroy, and I think he's probably going to switch his fire trajectory pretty soon here. And hopefully, once we reload, we'll get a nice shot on this guy. What about, we've got 2 over here. What do we do with them? Let's cut across as well. And there we go, some more damage to the main tower. Usually the secondary guns don't do this kind of damage, but they seem to be alright. I mean, this ship, though, that is... Again, a single barrage sunk one of our ships, and will again if it hits. Alright, I'm going to switch TB over here. There are the torps, boys. They are on their way. This is going to be very close. I'm hoping we get all 3. We're going to get at least 1 for sure. At least 1. But that one, I think we're going to get 1, 2, 3. Guys, keep your fingers crossed. The future of the Chinese Navy is at stake here. And we want to make sure it has a glorious future. Oh, he's turning. Wait a minute. Again, the AI comes through on this. And this is an alpha game. I'm very impressed with the AI in the game. He's absolutely turning the way he should there to try and avoid all 3. Boom. Got some flooding on the bottom decks. But he might miss 2 of them. He might... Oh, my goodness. Wow. What an admiral there. I am very impressed. Very, very impressed. A little frustrated, but impressed nonetheless. All right, this guy should be firing soon as well. Those torps are ready to go, man. I'm going to switch him over here to the right a bit. Yeah, we're going to have to kind of move this convoy. It's not really a convoy. Well, a convoy of sorts over here more to the right so that he's able to really get a perfect shot. And wait a minute. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he slowing down? He might be slowing down just a little bit, friends, and that would be very good. Oh my days! He actually avoided getting hit. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I'm going to separate this guy just because he really needs to turn much farther right. And even distance might be a factor here. They did hit TB1. You can see some floating here, and of course our ship is going to go down quickly. Alright, we got a fire on the Palaio again. Secondary guns, and once again, okay, he fired his torps. We're going to do something different with that torpedo boat, but he went ahead, fired the torps, fair enough. Reloading once again, we have another salvo. 6 more torpedoes left. So that's nice to see that even if you miss with the first salvo of your torpedo boat, you could probably still do a pretty good job against enemy ships. This thing is outmaneuvering us a bit. So again, we're going to just get real straightforward here. Wait a minute, we got some more torps out too. That is a beautiful sign. Although I don't think these are going to hit. We're just going to try to coast right up to this guy with everybody. Full speed ahead. We haven't lowered our speed a single time during this battle, and I don't feel we need to. I hate the turning, though, because, again, he is outmaneuvering the torpedoes. These torps are now useless. And that's why I think we really do need to get, like, right up close and personal. That way we just don't miss. Oh, there we go. 2. I did not see those. 1, 2. Oh, I thought we were going to get 3. And it looks like we got some engine damage there. Engine 1 damaged. That's going to slow her down for sure, guys. And some flooding on the bottom decks, although not significant. Not significant flooding at all. Man. All right, baby. I was really wanting to call this video Shark Fin Soup, but let's be honest, YouTube is probably not going to monetize it to begin with, and certainly not with Shark Fin Soup as the title. The third Opium Wars, my friends, against Spain. Who would think the Spanish would be interested in opium? Maybe wine. Let's see how long it's going to take him to load the torps. If he's almost there, he's halfway. But look at this. Look at this. I talked to you guys about friendly fire. Oh my god, we got to be very careful here. He's going to end up hitting both of those torps, isn't he? We can't slow down engines at this point. It would be too late. Oh my goodness. Oh, the maneuverability, though. The maneuverability, though. I love the torpedo boats. look at that. That is just almost an impossible miss. And we were able to get out of the way of the torps. Amazing. But yeah, you got to be careful here, especially since we're going in circles with potentially hitting our own ships. This guy's getting really close. But of course, the enemy ship is turned away completely. Some nice fires on there, man. This is maybe the first time secondaries have actually impressed me. Let's take a look at them. Maybe it's just the kind of secondaries we're using here. So it's a Mark III. So these actually are pretty big guns. Mark IIIs, yeah, not bad. Obviously, I think it could potentially pierce, and certainly has pierced a battleship. But we got to get close for it to happen. Your standard secondary. Look at that. Wow. Torpedoes on the way, but he is not going anywhere near them. That's why we really got to get ahead of this guy. These right here. Place your bets. What do you boys think? You know what? He's slowed down an awful lot. Is he listing? I know he's not listing. Still moving. And still moving pretty quickly. Just not full speed, but probably maybe like half and maybe slightly above. There we go. I think both torps are going to hit, guys. We got very lucky here. When you fire that many torps, the great thing is no matter how much he outmaneuvers the other ones, there are so many others on the way. Here we go. Oh, yes, we got a hit. And, guys, we destroyed one of the ammo rooms, I believe. That was a nasty hit. Another torpedo hit there on the Palayo. Unfortunately, the rest of our torps are going to miss. Let's see how soon this guy is to firing another volley. No, he's going to need to wait. He just fired it. There you go, boys. That might be a kill shot. Pretty good shot. I wish he had fired a little earlier, but he didn't know that the enemy ship was going to turn. At least one of those things is going to strike. Let's grab this guy. He's separate. Yeah, he's separate from the other ones. We're going to push him this way. This guy, I'm amazed that this torpedo boat is still afloat. Amazing job by the TBY-8. I would almost be okay with them just abandoning ship at this point. Nobody's putting that fire out. There we go. Another torp. And maybe another. Hey, one is good enough. It's very, very good. This guy's halfway loaded, so it might be a little unsafe to get this close. But I get the feeling we've also damaged enemy guns here. As soon as I said that, they fired, but they missed. You know, usually it's us getting the terrible misses, but thankfully this time it's the enemy ship getting the terrible misses. I don't even mind getting right up close and personal with this ship just to use the secondaries. So again, I think they can do tremendous damage here. If you guys look at the meter there, you know, the red meter sort of is the structural integrity of the ship. The blue meter is the water damage. And once that blue meter gets to nothing, well, at that point, the water damage is complete and that ship can't move. And potentially just sinks. So we're hoping for that, guys. We're hoping for a beautiful victory, a resounding victory. But only time will tell. Ooh, YB2 may be ready to fire very soon. But why this guy is in his way. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to slow him down completely. We might even try to use him as a battering ram. The main gun is destroyed. Pressing a little crazy here. Yeah, we gotta slow him down. I mean, he's slowed down all the way, but even so, the speed is quite fast. Come on, come on. We need this guy to be able to fire the torps. Not likely with this guy in the way. See if we can reverse. I think we might be able to reverse. I've actually never tried it in this game, but let's go for it. In which case, we can even rev our engines up again. Let's see, like, total reverse as possible. We're just kind of doing a hard left turn. You know what? Good enough. Good enough. Let's just make sure that this guy is going to get in front of him eventually. Who else do we have here? Oh, yes. This boy. Pull him over. These guys are way too close to one another. Oh, that's very uncomfortable. Let's grab him and just, yeah, send him right forward. Oh my goodness. How did he miss? He's just, you know what? It might even be too close. That hit would have totally sunk our ship. And we're almost ready to fire torps with this ship as well. So we're going to do a hard left turn in this case. Very hard left. Let's see if they don't pop torps. Torps have been popped from the TV2, and I think every single one of them is going to hit. We've really slowed the enemy down. Like I said, like sharks and a whale here. The whale can't get away. And as we slowly weaken it, huge bites. Really, really damaging him. At this point, he is listing, guys. Unless that's just the effect of the massive explosion, the water spilling over, I think he is listing. On the right side there, I know I'm not a sailor. Is it port, stern? There we go, another round of torpedoes. I didn't even see this one, and sure enough, guys, the Palaio goes down. Victory to China. Oh, so beautiful. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video as always. This was a different battle. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer, like, standard battles, like fleet versus fleet? Do you prefer when I take a massive ship like a Dreadnought and face an enemy fleet? Do you like these torpedo battles? What's your preference, or do you just like them all? Thanks again for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and if you really want to help, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share with your friends if you are. Catch you on the next one, boys.